For a change, let's start with some good news. The Legend of Zelda movie is coming a week earlier, or a little bit more than a week earlier than we expected it, and that's nothing but good news in a viral post that I think was, well, thermonuclear. So, here we go. Greetings, Culturians, and welcome back to the channel. I can't tell you how excited I am to bring you this news. A great story coming to us from That Park Place and Trevor Denning. But before we get to it, real quickly, double check you're still subscribed. If not, click the subscribe button, hit the notification bell and turn them all on, and then hit the thumbs up button. And be prepared to ask or answer any questions we have going throughout this one, or any thoughts you have about this movie at all. Let's jump into the story. On Wednesday evening, Nintendo executive Shigeru Miyamoto announced a release date for the live-action The Legend of Zelda. This is Miyamoto. I would like to let you know that the worldwide theatrical release date for the live-action film of The Legend of Zelda has been moved up to April 30th, 2027 from May 7th. The team is working hard to deliver the film to everyone as soon as possible. I'm not sure what that part of the message means, but hey, let's keep going. So, in that post on X, it went quickly viral. He wrote that this, as I just read it to you, there's less than a year to go, was the completion of the message, until release. So thank you for waiting. I have to tell you, I'm very excited. I don't know about you, but this is something I have been looking forward to since they announced it. I was thinking, how are they going to do it? Can they avoid going super girl bossy here? Or are we going to actually hear dialogue from Link? Of course, it's legendary that Link doesn't really vocalize at all. We get a lot of thought bubbles over people's heads in these games. So what is this voice situation going to be? Is there going to be voiceover? Is that going to be the primary method to communicate? Or are we going to have dialogue, and is it going to work? There's a lot of questions here. I have a lot of questions because as I played through all these games, it was always very clear to me that this was kind of a neat text-based adventure mixed with something you could actually play, especially when we get to the latest two games, Breath of the Wild and the newest release. Now, the news is being celebrated online, and it should be. The Legend of Zelda is one of Nintendo and Sony's most anticipated films. The previous update on its release was a delay from March 2027 to May of that year. But the good news is that's not actually what's happening. And why did the release date change? Well, there's no official reason given. Miyamoto simply expressed the company's desire to deliver it to fans even one day sooner. However, the new date aligns with Nintendo's pattern of releasing films around Japan's Golden Week celebrations, which makes a lot of sense, especially if you understand what they're celebrating. And again, this news came during the course of a That Park Place live session on Wednesday. Now, Nintendo and Illumination's 2023 Super Mario Bros. Movie was moved up by 2 days for the week-long festival, so this is a pretty well-established pattern. Worldwide release plans for this year, the Super Mario Galaxy movie, were staggered, with North America getting the film before Japan. Moving The Legend of Zelda up by 1 week may help capitalize on an high attendance holiday window internationally. And I tell you what, I think it's going to work. Personally, moving a film forward for me is wonderful, because I get to see something that I wanted to see a little bit earlier. This doesn't happen usually, and usually things in the gaming world or related to the gaming world are delayed, sometimes severely. I mean, look at Red Dead Redemption 2 and, of course, Rockstar's latest offering. We had to wait till the end of this year or near the end of this year for GTA 6, which I think a lot of people are concerned with. And I'm one of those people. But let's focus here on the story and what else is being shared with us. Now, another factor could be competition in North America. Both The Legend of Zelda and The Resurrection of the Christ Part 2 are scheduled for IMAX. This gives Zelda maybe a little bit more room. Legend of Zelda's original release date would have placed both films in theaters at the same time, creating competition for the large format stuff. So moving it up a week gives Nintendo and Sony greater access to the premium format, and maybe they can hold on to longer, depending upon performance. So what fans can expect? Well, filming for The Legend of Zelda began in New Zealand late last year. I thought they were pretty close to wrapping it up. Early production images have only been increasing excitement surrounding the long-awaited video game adaptation, and Bo Bragason has been cast as Princess Zelda, with Benjamin Evan Ainsworth taking the role of Link. They look like the characters, so nobody's going to object there. The casting announcements also sparked discussion among longtime fans, with many conversations focusing on character appearances, performances, and how closely the adaptation may reflect the games. I'm not quite as worried about that as others may be, but again, I have faith. Do you? Do you think that this is going to be something that sticks within the framework or the stories that we've been offered for a very long time, like Ocarina of Time and many other things like that? Or do you think this is going to be a wild deviation that people get frustrated with? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'm always going to err on being a little more positive here because video game adaptation movies have been getting better and actually generating actual entertainment. Now, story details remain under wraps, so there's no indication of whether the film will follow the plot of any specific game. However, with nearly 4 decades of source material, Nintendo's reputation for staying faithful to its properties, many expect the film to include recognizable characters, themes, and elements. And boy, wouldn't that be exciting? At least to me. I am looking ahead to Hyrule. While fans wait for a trailer, The Legend of Zelda's new release date comes as welcome news. Nintendo and Sony, in April 30, 2027 release, provides a clearer path towards strong international box office results. Whether the shift was driven by scheduling strategy, audience timing, or theatrical availability, the movie appears carefully planned. Even a week or 1 week adjustment can have a meaningful impact on visibility and opening week performance, which I think this is going to dominate. So I ask you, are you excited to see this particular film? Do you think they can capture The Legend of Zelda adequately? Do you think they'll be able to overcome my concerns about dialogue and what Link sounds like, and obviously what Zelda sounds like? Do you believe that maybe, just maybe, they can give us the Triforce in a meaningful way? And finally, are you actually interested in seeing this film? I know I am, but how about you? Will you see it week 1? Will you see it opening night? Are you gonna wait till it comes to streaming? I'm just curious. I want to hear from all of you because I'm gonna go and review this as quickly as I can. Oh, by the way, I have to go see another movie right now. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, see ya. Hopefully at a good movie.